Hi, this is Tom Kelly, professional business coach with Potential in Motion with your sales tip of the day. Today's sales tip is, what do I do with my underperforming salespeople? Are you a sales manager that has underperforming salesperson on your team? If you do, you can relate to how damaging this can be to you, your team, as well as your entire business. Underperforming salespeople tend to make excuses for their poor performance, entice you into falling in love with their potential, and can negatively affect the other salespeople on your team. Oftentimes, as business owners and sales managers, we tend to sweep the issue at hand under the rug simply because it's painful to deal with. We often see the consequences of not addressing the problem, but still fail to do so. In my experience, most managers will do more to avoid the pain of addressing the situation than they will to gain the pleasure of having the situation behind them. If you can relate to this situation, here are the steps that you need to take to address it. Number one, make sure that you have a solid sales system in place. In order to be successful, you have to do three things: have a goal, have a plan, and take action. A good sales system ensures that your salespeople are aligning their daily actions with their intentions, are accountable to those actions, and are therefore creating the results you are looking for. Do you know how many sales calls your people need to make on a daily basis? How about how many phone calls? Do you have a tracking system in place to track and measure their actions? Do you hold them accountable to some type of daily action plan? If not, perhaps you are the issue and not your salesperson. If you don't have a sales system in place, then you need to install one. Once you have it, you need to make sure that your salespeople are accountable to it. If you have someone on your team that's not performing, sit down with them and have a discussion about what is expected of them. Also, let them know that you are there to support them however you can, but at the end of the day, they're going to be accountable for taking the actions required to be successful. Number two, track and measure their actions. As part of your system, you should be tracking and measuring the actions of each salesperson on your team. A solid tracking system allows you and your sales team to measure what actions they are taking and what's working and not working. Actions such as calls, appointments made, appointments kept, closing ratios, and referrals are just a couple things that you need to track. This will give you an understanding of what actions they are taking, what's working, and what's not working. Again, accountability is the key here. If you have a salesperson that's not getting on the phone and making appointments, then achieving their goal is a pipe dream. By understanding what they are and aren't doing, you can help them to remove barriers such as call reluctance or expose the fact that they just aren't performing the steps they need for success. Number three, communicate your expectations and put a time frame to them. When someone isn't performing, you need to make sure that they understand what is expected of them and then give them a set amount of time to correct the problem. Then meet with them on a regular basis to discuss what they are doing, what is working, and what's not working. If you're tracking their actions, it should be apparent immediately as to where they're having problems. Then you can coach them and assist them with their actions, or if they just aren't interested in doing things they need to do to be successful, then you can let them go. Make sure that you put a time limit on this, such as 30 days, at which point you'll make a decision as to how to move forward from there. Another thing that you can do is travel with them so you can see firsthand how they're spending their time. This will really expose any issues at hand and allow you to deal with what's really going on. Number four, make a decision. After you've followed the first three steps and some time has passed, it should be readily apparent as to what you need to do. If your salesperson is taking the actions needed to be successful, then continue on with your turnaround program. If not, it's time to have a conversation with them about their future as a salesperson. Keep in mind that if they aren't taking the actions necessary to be successful, then they're most likely not meant for a sales role. It's not doing you or them a favor to keep them around, as the issues will continue. If you follow these four steps, you should be able to turn around the performance of any salesperson or determine that it's just not working. Either way, the problem is addressed. Happy selling! If you're a salesperson, entrepreneur, or small business owner, and you're looking for some more tips, tools, and resources, please visit us online at www.businesscoachchicago.com.